The race was starting to wane. There was a gap. The lead from Jamaica appeared impregnable. Terry detonated down the track, strong, brave, and unrelenting. She rewrote the race's momentum, chased down the lead, and clawed back the field with each step. This is how it all began. At the 2023 World Championships in Budapest, the USA women's 100-meter relay team came to the track with a single goal: reclaim dominance with a group of girls that I usually compete against throughout the year. Now, we're on a relay together where we're actually teammates and competing against each other. It's an intriguing dynamic that requires you to somewhat change your perspective. You are no longer rivals. You are now genuinely teammates. I didn't take off my tiny bow as I had planned to. I'm keeping my tiny butterfly up there. I'll turn on the flutter light. The American girls were seated directly next to the Jamaican females. And that's the main rivalry. We have really gifted, quick women who are now running history times, which is why it's Team USA ladies and these Jamaican women. How much of a barrier is Jamaica, their greatest adversaries, with their unadulterated speed, unadulterated strength, and national pride at stake? This event was won by the states in the worlds. That's 20 years in all. Thus, there are a lot of tensions. Everyone is pleasant, but we recognize that this is a serious competition and that we will need to bring our best game. The women's 4x100m relay was held in the United States. Let's meet the USA team. The world's top sprinters made up Team USA. Athletes who had established themselves on the largest track and field platforms, broken records, and won international titles. They weren't only quick runners. They broke world records and became champions. They carried not just speed, but also legacy as medal collectors united behind one banner. TT is present. As I mentioned last year, she anchored and stopped Jamaica's Shereka Jackson from charging. Last night, Gabby Thomas won the silver medal in the 200 meters. Sha'Carri Richardson, the world 100-meter champion and 200-meter bronze medalist from this meet, will win the third leg. Who will she be anchoring? Jamaican Shereka Johnson. In one anchor leg, Germany is beginning on the inside lane. You can really watch the full race. I therefore moved from being anxious to prepared to confident to taking action while I watched the race. I'm at the other end of the track, right across from Tamari, where our first leg is beginning. I hear the rifle go off, but I can hardly see her. Come on. The women's final. She gave TT her hand. It appears to be a little unsteady. Whoa. To be honest, though, I'm not worried right now since I know we can bring it back. Gold was slipping away until Twanisha Terry received the baton. But in order to maintain Team USA's ambition, she switched gears and ran at full speed. Twanisha Terry's run is impressive. At that moment, I'm simply concentrating on doing my own work, and she's concentrating on doing her own work. Her job is to pass me the baton, and my job is to depart on time. Additionally, her handoff was a touch unsteady. The Jamaicans are now in the lead. Gabby Thomas is responsible for bridging the gap. Shasha's Lee Forbes will face Gabby Thomas. Gabby continued to haul on that curve after that. We had to make some last-minute changes for the relay, so it was my responsibility to get it into Shaw's hands. Since I was initially the second leg, Cher and I had not practiced handing off to each other. At that point, we truly needed to have faith in one another. Shaw Richardson receives the lead from Thomas. Seeing Shaw flee with that baton was the sweetest sensation. I was certain we had it. I told her to go. I said, just go take off. Go, go, go. What? What you all saw? He asked. I was aware that I had to take the necessary action. Additionally, I won't be walked down. I'm not going to give up. I'll bring us another female home. She took the lead once I handed her the baton. Furthermore, I'm confident that Shaw won't blow that lead as a rival. I just made sure I had the stick. That was it. Gabby Thomas gave Sha'Carri Richardson an exquisite handoff. Perfect timing, tidy, and seamless. Sha'Carri surged by Shereka Jackson and left the pack in her wake as she shot down the track at breakneck speed. She broke the world record, made history, and won a legendary gold medal for Team USA. Relay was very amazing. Everyone followed the instructions to the letter. Despite having the least experience, Carrie and I had, in my opinion, the best handoff, and it worked very well. We managed to cooperate despite our disparate heights and lack of teamwork. Shaw Richardson, who was farther out in the zone, received the baton at the same moment. Shaw Richardson held off the 200-meter winner with a fantastic leg. For Sha'Carri, she had no response. Reached the finish line. My heart is already racing with adrenaline. I'm excited, and as you can see, I'm crossing the line very quickly, but I started to slow down when I noticed the man approaching me from the bank. I realized that we were on the winning lap, and that kind of rekindled my excitement. They were impacted. Both they and we recently prevailed. Therefore, rather of slowing down, I kind of accelerated toward them. Christian was only collateral damage as adrenaline began to flow like another ace. It involved coordination, flawless passes, precise timing, and complete trust in addition to speed. They won gold because of their solidarity. I had the opportunity to tell everyone there about my accomplishment, victory, and hard work. There were a lot of people there to cheer me on, express love, and watch me and the rest of us compete. It's such an empowering sensation. My relatives and friends were present. Additionally, there's the immense sense of pride that comes from fighting for your nation, the United States, and witnessing all of these supporters there to cheer. It's something that encompasses much more than just us athletes. It represents the entire nation and all of the people who love and support us throughout the year. It is thus quite precious to be able to share those feelings with them and do that victory lap. I asked, after realizing that we had a championship record. Additionally, it was challenging to match that title record. It was an incredible race since we hardly practiced at all, as evidenced by the fact that you could see our handoffs and other actions. Merely being aware of how much better things will get. Gabby Thomas, Sha'Carri Richardson, Tamara Davis, and Twanisha Terry demonstrated the strength of togetherness. They demonstrated that champions are created when they run together and transformed collaboration into gold. I'm also asked, what condition is Team USA in going into Paris? The response is excellent. It couldn't be better. Field events flying, 100-meter champion, 200-meter champion, both relays. The global championships have been amazing. By the way, Team USA now leads these global champs with 11 gold medals.